To all of you, and welcome to round 4 of season 3 of F1 2019. Of course, here we are at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Canada, and with that, we're officially getting Q1 underway as one of the Red Bulls decided to go out in like no time. We're not going to sit around here and wait in the pits any longer. As I said, Merga also decided he's going to have a go, no sitting around. Staffy, the guy who's actually the first one to go out there. We have 16 drivers, and I had some speculation there might be 1 or 2 drivers joining us a bit late. If that's the case, they will obviously start at the back of the grid. The important thing is just to make sure they join before the official race start, otherwise it's tickets for them. So let's hope those guys can make it. Just miss quali and of course start at the back of the grid but still be part of the race. A couple of drivers not available tonight, so lots of points up for grabs. So yeah, let's see who can cash in tonight. And of course, it's all about who's going to be the biggest winners and who's going to be the biggest losers. But it's still early days, so we will have to see how this one unfolds. Of course, we're seeing tonight Heno back. Of course, in the Red Bull as well. You could pretty much say standing in for TNB Wazi. Of course, I know Staffy, for starters, would like to get him to finishing the points, which will be good for Red Bull. So yeah, welcome back, With that say, here we go with a Ferrari. Just want to get that going. Welcome back, another old driver. Of course, not a lot of people will recognize the name, but welcome back, Force, or these days known as Raptor 13V. And just another guy as well, also in the other Ferrari, we also welcome back a person who raced with us before. Some of you might not recognize him. Then again, some of you who've been watching this long enough will recognize Wyas. Welcome, Wyas. And get some details for us here up, so we just can see what the guys are going for tire-wise. Especially when it comes to Q2, to see what the strategies are like. Staffy provisionally the fastest, so 1:11, but surely that time will be beaten as we progress. Quintanator going faster now, 1:10. Thank you for the update there, Ronald. Appreciate that. Of course, I like someone sharing that type of information with me. Thank you for the update there, Ronald. Just get some confirmation there that it is actually going to be a dry race. And there we go, Rangers Revette now going under the 110s, 19.6. So Ronnie just confirming there for us it is a dry race, so not your usual Canada setup where you mostly have rain. And then good evening to you, Mr. Muna. I hear you actually, we get the dry stuff in the race tonight, you actually had the wet stuff in real life today. I understand some good rain's coming down there in the Cape. Of course, Muna missing this race tonight, of course, away on business for the sake of the work. So hopefully we see him back with the next race. Of course, life still happens, you need to do what you need to do. But surely, as much as he misses the race tonight, I'm sure he enjoys his time down there. Okay, some of you might hear, I hope it's just for this session. Don't get a lot of sound coming through. One of those glitches, unfortunately, that you do get with this game. But I do not want to restart or anything now, because that will also mean the stream is going to be jeopardized, and of course we're going to miss some of the action. So let's hope it's just for this session, and coming with the next quali session it will be restored. Unfortunately, it's a glitch we experienced before. You might miss the sound in one of the sessions, but of course it comes back later, so we'll just see what happens. Just keeping an eye on you with RoboJeep. I see he's on the hard tires, so of course at the moment not really much to do. It's just to get from 15 and higher up the classifications, because only one driver will be eliminated. Of course, that will be a person in 16th place after the session. But of course, a full 12 minutes to go still. Stoljes Ranger, who went under 110. Carterboy 55, 111, so Boinkies and Staffy. And Rapton, Quintonator and Phoenix sitting pretty in the 110s as well. Oh, you Staffy, you too late. I already got my info. You slaap Finland. Normally you pretty on the ball with that, but thanks anyway. Looks like Ronald actually made it a point to beat you, so he actually shared the information before he went out. Yeah, Steph, if you just use it for the right reasons and not the reason I'm thinking that you're thinking of, no. Don't sink the boat. Okay, RoboJeep going slow here. I wonder if he's going to come into the pits. No, he's actually going to go again. So hopefully first time he's doing it and getting some speed there. And pass the start finish line now to start the actual hot lap. So yeah, let's see if he proceed with this or bail out of this one as well. Let's see what's happening elsewhere. Of course, Rescue Racer also still to set the lap. Pretty much everybody from Gaff Peak and below. Not Fernando, the 113. I'm sure he can do a lot better than that. Hello, Nessie. So nice of you to join us, even if you can't join us. But yeah, nice hearing from you. And hello to Yvette. Gav Pig now on his hot lap. The pig with his pink car. Steph, that I don't know. I didn't even have comments from this guy. And that's also tough for him to work at the moment with one of the guys actually involved in an accident. So he's in charge, got a couple of extra duties, locking up whatever, as a result running late. And also, you know, hospital visit hours only ends at 8. So if he makes in time, he might join, just miss quali, but don't bet on it. You know, Muna, that word, that was actually a model of a certain car. And I'm sure that was a Fiat Uno. Uno Mia. I know you mentioned it means something else with that MIA, but Mia was a model of Uno. Ja, net jammer jy ou Dirk is die vleiker ons sien jou nie. Ranger left the session. I think that was more deliberate. Obviously, he feels he did enough to go through. And well, if you look at the times currently, he's the only one in the 109, so definitely did enough. With the times so far, if you look at the guys, pretty much the one in the drop zone will be Hino. So we'll just keep an eye on the rest of the guys as they set times. The Jet's still in the pit. Funny enough, no movement there in the Haas garage, at least not on that side of the garage. RoboJeep back in the pits. Got Springbok Gamer and the Toro Rosso now coming around here. See what this guy do. and Springbok goes 10th, 112.7. And Raptor goes fastest, 109.62. 400s between him and Ranger. And Gavpik also is in the 109.7. Very close between the first three. So I think ball time will be low 109s, 109s, 108 even. I won't be surprised if you even get a 107 by Q3. Ja, en as jy, ek kan imagine, 'n dop in die een hand, die foon in die ander hand en dan die braaivleisvuurtjie. Enjoy it. Yeah, Ronald, Formula indeed. Freaking, you can't hear I won't pronounce well words, you get my drift. Okay, Bias, not sure he's going to come out. If the Quali 1 ban rule actually applied to him. He did race with us before. So I said, we have a Ferrari, of course, of Raptor is actually coming into the pits now. We're just waiting to clear that Ferrari, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Just under 6 minutes to go. Gavpik still going at it. Of course, you need to be careful. There's no points here. There's nothing really to gain here except just to go through to the next session. And so easily just trying, of course, to show off, get that fastest lap for bragging rights. You can actually put it in the wall, and that's the end of your entire quality session, in which means you can start at the back of a grid. So sometimes I can't help but ask a question, is it wise to go out again if you already have a decent lap under your belt? Especially at this time of qualifying. Coming past Wall of Champions. No, and he's not improving, not even his own time. The judge finally on the outlap. Heno on track. Not Fernando. Ooh, that back end became very happy there for a brief moment. So far, again, just looking at the current times, the one who's not safe here is Heno. Of course, there's still the possibility of anyone retiring, making a mistake. Or, and as I say, that not Fernando, it's Wall of Champions. Definitely some front wing damage there. Of course, that piece of wing did fly off there, end plate missing. Okay, Ronnie, are you saying it's cloudy with a chance of Alpha? Of course, this car, not Fernando, will be a handful now. End plate missing. Of course, it's always a handful when you have front wing damage. Downforce is not what it's supposed to. So yeah, that will also cost him some lap time. But looking at the current times, he is safe. So I would think he's definitely coming back into the pits, and this is pretty much the session for him. So just waiting there for YS. But again, looks like that is definitely going to be that Quali 1 ban. So he's obviously respecting that rule, even if he did race with us before. So pretty much just the judge who still needs to set the time. So if YS will do that rule, so it might be that YS actually will be the one eliminated. Of course, not setting a time here. And Boinky's now decided also enough is enough. It's all about getting through to the next session unscattered. Unscathed, sorry, beg your pardon. Ooh, big lock up there. The judge is coming back into the pits again, abandoning that lap. No lap time set. Staying like it is at this moment, actually Hino will make it through. Raptor deciding to go out again, not sure why. Already have a fastest lap. As it is, you have a bragging rights. You really want to go risk it. Just over 2 minutes to go, and it's still Q1. Rover Jeep goes fastest, 109.5. Of course, there have been a couple of questions raised in the past few weeks about certain of the drivers. So let's see, of course, if the guys can keep it clean, leave each other enough space, and of course, just let everybody have their time on track and let them do what they need to. Keep it clean. Of course, as someone we all know very well would say, do not drive like a... Yeah, and I'll leave that word there as well. You all know what I'm saying. One minute 20 to go. Surely Rover Jeep will come into the pits. You've done your part, well, nothing else to gain from here. Just to make sure you go through. Judge again on an outlap, so he's gonna have another go at it, and he will make it. Yeah, he will make it. He's actually through sector 1 now. With just under a minute to go, he will have enough time to cross the start finish line. Of course, you're just adding a lot of pressure on yourself, leaving it till this late. You pretty much just give yourself one lap to make it happen, and that's it. So no margin for error. Wise retired. No lap time set, so that will obviously be with that one first queue session rule. And we just briefly saw there Hino with no front wing, so that's also be his session, but he will actually go through with Wise now retiring. Riding on board you with Judge. I do understand the Judge did visit Buffelsfontein today, a little bit before the race, so he might be in a very holidayish mood, if you catch my drift. Pretty much top 6 confirmed, all done. Of course, then Matter still out there, Staffy and Boinky's already retired. Matt will just come around to finish his lap. Of course, they are not going fast here already, that is enough to go through. Judge just need to set a time to make it through with Wise obviously retiring. Just remind all of you, it is a rule here at TNB. If you're a newcomer, you are required to retire in the first qualifying session. Of course, it's just for the sake of everybody, new drivers, we don't know anything about you, with your driving style, etc. Just to make sure that you don't get involved there and actually, hamper someone else's race. And as I say that, the sound actually comes back, finally. So Judge did make it through there. So of course, just to make sure that there's no contact between the guys who's regulars and of course those newcomers not messing up the race, of course, it's just for the first race where after you qualify as normal. But as I said, Wise has been here before, so I'm not sure why that rule was enforced. Of course, it looks like, I believe it's more his own decision to have still, kept to that rule. Judge now leaving the session, which seems like a connection problem. And just confirmation of your top 15 with Wise obviously setting no time with that retirement, and he will be eliminated. Not sure if Judge will be able to get his car back, then otherwise that will be another elimination from qualifying. Now let's bring on Q2. That's just going to be interesting to see what type of strategies the guys go for. Right, here we go, just waiting for the session to officially get underway, and there we go, timer starts running. We'll see who's going to blink first this time, if it's going to be Wazi again. Yes, and indeed, the judge is not classified as showing in the session, so he did disconnect and not get back in time. Several cars coming out here now, of course, Phoenix one, and there goes Raptor now as well. Staffy indeed, but not the first time this time round. Carter Boy out, Boinky's also out. And it looks like Gaffbeak is also on his way out. Yep. Some mixed strategies here already. We see hard, medium and soft. But of course those hard tires might just be for now until they actually do go out and put up a proper time. It can also be that they do 1 or 2 laps just to have a bench lap and then of course change tires. Of course, some of you already have done so. Just a reminder to the rest of you, as always, feel free to post your comments there and be part of the chat, because I know you can't talk back. You put have your voice online, but of course you can post your comments there. Everybody will still be able to view your comments there, so feel free to be part of the chat. And looks like Carter Boy also have some connection issues. Okay, Wise left the session. Let's hope it's just a quick disconnect and he can actually come back and reclaim the car. Or at least just join and have a car. Your Gaffbeak actually going very close to that barrier. Poinky showing us 1 lap, not sure if he actually had an invalidated lap, and for now Quintonator going fastest on with a 110 on the set of mediums, a 110.3. Matt now leaving the session. I hope it's not a repeat of last week. Got a lot of connection issues last week as well. Bad internet connections. But this time around we can't blame Eskom. There is no load shedding. Boinky still not registering a lap. Ranger Trevette also in the 110s. Just 0.001. Couple of guys in the 110s. Phoenix 113 and Henna 114. Of course, still early days. I still expect this to drop to the low 109s, even 108s. Okay, Matt managed to join, but I don't think he will actually be part of qualifying any further. Gav Pig left the session, not sure if that was by his own decision or also a disconnect. Not showing grayed out, so that's probably a disconnect and definitely not by his own doing. Okay, Gav Pig rejoining. Again, just like with Matt, not sure if he will be able to still participate. And now down to 113.4 now. Rescue on the arch with a 114 coming back in the pits, possibly to change the tyres as well. Robo G braking into the 109s, 109.9. You know, coming into the pits now. Springbok Gamer 112.3, also a decent time. But of course, it's all about getting through to that next session. As of course, only the top 10 will go through, so 5 drivers will be eliminated. Now Matt actually did manage to retake that car, so he's still part of qualifying. Wrapped on outlap here. Hitting the apex nicely there. Of course, a man that's been out of action a little bit. Of course, once you got this, you don't really lose it. It's just to basically get the brain and the muscles to react the same way. Of course, muscle memory is, you just need to awaken it a bit, and it looks like Raptor pretty much did that. Of course, being back on land, he actually managed to just get into it again and on the money immediately. First race back, and he's pretty much up there. Staffy now retires. Obviously, he feels that 111 will be enough to go through because Gray out there suggests that he did retire by himself. Lap the judge gonna do it late again by the looks of it. 5.5 minutes to go and he's still sitting in the pit. So does Carter Boy. But Carter Boy can also be as a result of that disconnect earlier. And there we go, Raptor goes faster. 109.6. 3/10 faster than RoboJeep. But of course, this does not win you any prizes. This is just to see you through to the ultimate quality session. But what this session does do is actually, it determines, of course, who's going to go, strategy wise, of what tire they're going to start. And so far, Raptor will start on softs and a couple of guys on mediums. So yeah, so it's all about the strategy as well. And for everybody out there, please ignore that comment from Staffy. If you do attempt that, of course, action will be taken as normal. So Staff, you can do your own dirty work, but of course race ban will be in order then. And Raptor coming into the pits, of course, I won't see any reason why else to stay out. Of course, this is going to be the tyre you have to start on. You don't want to wear it any further, and you already got a decent time, so you don't want to risk it so close to the end. Just 3 minutes 40 to go, then we have that reported pole shootout. Woof, 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 woof. All bark and no bite tonight, I see. Yep, and Raptor happy with that. He did enough for him. Bring on Q3. He's ready to move on. Carter Boy leaving the session again, but that of course speaks to connection issues again. Not the first time tonight. Does that strategy perhaps involved how many drivers you can make contact with, Steph? Carter Boy just rejoining. Not Fernando, there we go, that's more like it. But Q1 time was not really justified. Now he's actually in those 109s, currently sitting second. That's more in line with the time trial laps as well. Teammate of course sitting in 11th at the moment in the drop zone. Tight call there by Staffy, but that 11.2 might just be enough to keep him out of the drop zone. Of course, Carter Boy with his connection issues will basically be eliminated. So far we're just waiting for Matt and Judge to set a time, but they are both on laps. Eno, the other guy at the moment in the drop zone. Judge already did one lap, but it looks like that might have been validated. Judge has passed the hairpin, coming down the back straight. DRS will go wide open. Just hitting the brakes at the right time, sweeping right, quick left, miss wall of champions, there we go. Coming down to start finish line. Bit of crosshair for him, and Judge do a 115. Still in the drop zone. Under a minute now to go. He did cross the line. The question is, does he have enough fuel? Try to come around again, let's see if he can improve that time. No, not at all. That means Springbok Gamer, Risky Racer, Eno, the Judge and Carter Boy officially eliminated. Ready for everybody to just get through to the session officially. Of course, might be a little bit of a delay here with some of those disconnects happening. Let's just hope the lobby is not hanging. That would be a disaster. Here we go, on to Q3 we go. Right, the Q3 is underway, of course. Raptor heading out, Gapik also going out, Matt still sitting, Ranger Trevette also on his way out, Staffy already into the first corner, he can't wait to get things going. Just slacked a little bit by not being the first one to go out in Q2, otherwise he was the most eager tonight getting on track. We've got both Alphas and both Mercedes in this session, so still pretty much an Alpha Mercedes battle for the championship. But Renault is also still in there, but just the one Renault tonight. So we'll see if RoboJeep can actually bring, RoboJeep, if he can actually bring that Renault back in a points-paying position tonight to actually keep Renault's hope alive. I know it's only round 4, but yeah, the way that Merc and Alpha's been going, you want to take every possible point that's coming your way. That Pointy's having Goya now on his hot lap. So there's a couple of guys actually, just RoboJeep and not Fernando in the pitch. Not Fernando actually going out, RoboJeep also now out. Right, Staffy will be the first guy across the finish line here to see what type of lap he gives us. 110.3, that will definitely be beaten. Raptor goes fast as a 109.6 and Ranger 109.1. Here we go, now is the action really gonna heat up. Boinkies over 110.2, both Alpha boys right up there. Ranger seems the faster guy tonight, of course. It's not just about the speed, it only matters now. It's about bringing the car back at the end of the race and of course as much possible points. As much as you have speed, you also need to make sure you keep it clean and avoid contact with other drivers because your race can be easily ruined into that first corner. Matt also in the 109, 109.6 as well. Very close between him and Raptor at the moment. Just 500. Gapik now coming around for Eppen. Jose, there's no limit on assist, so it's actually up to the drivers. It's free for all, if I can call it that. So the driver decides if they want to drive with assist or not. So we don't limit it. It's up to each driver's preference how they want to set up their car. Gatwick not showing a lap time. Not sure if that was an out lap or a hot lap. Yeah, definitely 2 laps, so that was invalidated laps then. So just for our new viewers tonight, I see we have a couple of new ones here. Welcome. And hello, Mr. Y Racer, all the way there from Holland. Just to remind everybody, of course, format did change this season. Typically, we would do 100% race distance. That changed to 50% race distance. What happens pretty much is it makes way for a sprint race where we actually jump into the F2 cars. So it's a 50% F1 race followed by a short F2 sprint race. A pole position will earn you 5 bonus points. Fastest lap in F1 you get an extra bonus point, as well as for fastest lap in F2 you can also get a bonus point for that. Of course, all those extra points can be very handy, especially if it's a very close affair at the end of the season. Couple of guys obviously in the pits now. It's putting on some fresh boots probably and having that final dash for that pole position. So far, Robo Jeep and Ranger Trevette, Raptor and Matt in the 109s. So yeah, so we pretty much got 5 guys, not Fernando as well, in the 109.5 as well. So 5 possible guys going for that pole position. Ranger Trevette 1091, can he be the first guy to break into the 108? Yeah, Steph, thanks for the reminder. Sorry, Jose, just need to correct me. Yes, as much as I say no assist, if I say no assist, I'm referring to on the car, like traction, brake assist, and that stuff. That's up to you. Pit assist, so pit entry and of course pit assist, that is switched off, so that you need to do manually. So you need to make sure you keep your speed to the pit line, and of course and switch off the pit limit again when you come out. So that's you need to control. Racing line is on corners only. No Staff, medium traction, not. The traction is again, it's up to you how you want to set it up. Gaff Peak on the outlap, still no time. Phoenix also no time. Wanky's on the outlap. Staffy happy with his 7th place. Probably realizing he's not going to get a lot faster than that. Of course, saving those tires for the race. Yes, correct, Staff, because vehicle-wise there's no limits in the assist. It's just pretty much for the pits. That's the biggest thing. But I mean, most of the guys in anyway are used to controlling the pits themselves. So you don't really need AI for that. And even the gosh, I don't know how I feel for it. Now I'm messing up here. The energy boost, of course, that's also for you. It's not automatic. That's manually controlled. Yeah, but the thing is that you were in a decent time, but all of a sudden you 110. You were set for a 109. But yeah, look forward to the race. It's all about the race now, keeping it clean and saving those tires for there and making some out of a race. Boink is also in the 109s, but only in P6. P1 to P6 are pretty much all within a second. Ranger on the outlap now, not Fernando also on the outlap now. Robo Jeep's in the pits, so is Raptor and Matt, but surely they will also come out and have another go. .110 is not a bad lap time, but it's sad realizing that 110 is not enough to get you to the front. and now we've got 7 runners as Gav Peak finally posts a time, and he actually goes second, a tenth of Ranger Trevette. Just over 2 minutes to go. Seven drivers within a second from each other. Phoenix, of course, also one of the newer drivers. His debut race was last week. Looks like the McLaren might be a handful for him here. Because he's a bit of a pace here, almost 2 seconds off Quintonator in 9th. Not to mention the guys battling for that pole position. Clearly, if it's going to be anywhere V7, who can put that lap together to make it stick? Did Ranger do enough? Can somebody beat it? A minute and a half to go before we know. I can't help but to agree. Oh, not Fernando, a little too hasty on the accelerator there, and the back end steps out. Luckily there is more time. It's just now to recover it and bring it around, finish, and just set that lap up again. So yes, Steph, again, I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm actually agreeing with you. This is going to be close, and quite closer than what we think. And I think Boink is also now realizing he's not going to go any faster, decides to quit. And Ranger is the first guy to break into the 108. 109.9, 108.9. From 109.1 to 108.9. No, it doesn't sound much, but 108, that's the first time we've seen 108 being done tonight. Surely that should be enough. Does any of the other guys have an answer for him? Can they steal it from him here at the end? Several guys, of course, still on track. Phoenix now with the 110 pretty much on the pace of Quintonator. 210 splitting 9th and 10th. But all the action currently is between P1 and P6. Who's going to take this pole position? Is Ranger safe? Gav Peak finish, he's not going to take it. He's not going to be the one. He's in the pits, currently sitting at second, in second place. If he's going to stay there, we're going to have to wait and see. RoboJeep stays in third for now as well. He can't improve. Not Fernando now coming down, final corner. Sweep to the left, past Wall of Champions, coming down home straight. Not Fernando also not improving. Can Raptor do something about this? Raptor coming down to home straight now. No, also not improving. Does Matt have an answer? Matt also not improving. All of them stay in the same position. Well done to Ranger. First and only man to break into the 108 tonight. And of course, as mentioned earlier, that will be 5 bonus points. Of course, Phoenix is still on the track. Did he miraculously find something from somewhere? Can he actually snitch us? Can he actually steal this? Whoa, okay, whoa. Nope, that's not gonna happen. Oh, not sure if that was lag or something what happened there. But he's in the pits, so no, that's not gonna happen. Surely that was a bit of lag, that looked weird. Right, so Phoenix is pretty much in 10th. We're just waiting for him to finish up and retire that car. Then we can move on. Because everyone else is classified as done. We all got the checkered flag. There we go. Session officially over. Because the top 5 is within a second from each other. Very, very close. There is it. Confirmation. Because of how close it is up front. I mean, I said, I did say the top 5, but even if you look at 6th place, even 7th place, they're still all within a second from each other. Well, all within a second. If you look at the fastest time of Ranger versus the time Boinkies posted. This is going to be one close race. Staffy called it. Looking at those times, it's going to happen. So Ranger and pole, Gav Peak second, RoboJeep third. Because now it's all about the race and to get a clean start. If you don't get a clean start, all of this hard work means nothing. Just waiting for everybody to finish setting up their race strategies, of course, and starting fuels, etc. Once everybody's done with that, the session will get underway. So Ranger Trevor taking the 5 bonus point for the pole position. Well done. Well done Ranger and Alpha, but the Alpha boys have been pushing. Right, so a couple of guys ready, hence the countdown. 10 seconds left, then we can get the formation lap underway. Ranger just leading everyone around in the formation lap. So far everything looks good, everybody got away. Yeah, everybody got away, nobody sitting on grid, and we did get an extra runner. Carter Boy did manage to connect, and Carter Boy 45 now have joined. So both Carter Boys are in. Wires is back. Some of the drivers that was hoping to join, seems like they could not join in time. But it also can be connection issues. But 17 drivers to start the race. It's all a pretty full grid. Coordinate his helmet pretty much matching the colors here of his Merc. Nice color scheme. Just in front of him his teammate Matter. Coming around the final chicane just to line it up for the start. Rangers in position, Gavpik in position, and so is Robojeep. Not Fernando and Raptor also in there. Right, everybody ready, green flag, just waiting for the lights. Green flag, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, yes, we got all the lights tonight, and it's go! Nice to see all 5 lights coming on tonight, not like last week where only a couple of lights came on. Some of the drivers got caught out with that. Ranger already on it, Gavpik need to pull out something here to stay with him, not Fernando up to 3rd, Robojeep dropped down to 4th, Raptor still in 5th with Boink is now up to 6th. Oh, and not Fernando spun. Actually he hit the apex, he probably hit the apex there and just a bit heavy on the accelerator, spun it around. So the result, Robojeep and Raptor gains position, so it's Boinky's Phoenix up to 6th, Matt down to 7th. Coordinator just behind his teammate in 8th, Rescue Racer Vin running a bit wide here. And immediately Staffy with him to try to pounce on it, and Wise up to 11th. First casualty of the race is Eno, unfortunately. And looks like we also had disconnect. No, we're still 17 races. So not Fernando dropping down all the way to the back. Unfortunately, that's the downside of spinning so early in the race. And everybody's going to just come past you. So both Carter boys still there. Wise obviously putting Staffy under pressure there. This will be good stuff for Ferrari, extra point there. Already have Raptor in 4th. Yellow flag out. And Springbok Gamer following his teammate, also having a spun almost pretty much the same place. His teammate will now come around, and Not Fernando does take the position. Springbok Gamer drops down to 16th, and which is at the moment the last position with Heno retiring. Not Fernando and Springbok Gamer, both Toro Rossos, will have to dig deep here to try to salvage something here. Of course, Carterboy 45 just up the road from him, and then Judge, and then Carterboy 55. But that is another thing getting into the points as well. Ranger Trevette with a 1 minute 12 now, really on the move. 1.2 seconds ahead of Gav Peak. Because Gav Peak's also on the slower tyres, so everything looking very nice for a Ranger at the moment. Boinky's running so in further with Matt now up to 6 ahead of Phoenix. Obviously Matt will try to chase down Boinky's here and make some quick work of him. Of course, always easier said than done. Both Alphas look pretty nicely set up. Even if Boinkies don't have a pace of his teammate at the moment, that Alpha V's also don't look slow. Raptor now in DRS range of RoboJeep. DRS wide open, will come around to chicane and will open again. Can he do something with that DRS? Of course, here in Canada it's a double DRS zone. One detection point will give you both. Will give you a wing opening, of course, in both parts of the track, but home straight and the back straight. Of course, detection is just before the back straight. You get the DRS on the back straight, and of course, once you come through the chicane on the home straight, you get the second DRS zone. Rescue Racer now, also Rescue Racer coming to the pits. Looks like there might be some damage to that car. Meanwhile, Not Fernando dropped down to 16th again and lost a huge chunk of time. Not sure if he and Rescue Racer had an incident. Rescue Racer replacing front wing. Not Fernando there. Springbok Gamer up on his team again. Oh, and Judge actually had a big moment. Judge now dropping back. All happening for the Toro Rosso boys tonight. Springbok Gamer managed to recover something. Can he change after the Carter boys and then Wires? Boinkies passed by Matt. At the moment is DRS, but can he stay in that DRS zone? Raptor still within DRS range of RoboJeep. Gap slightly opening up between Gav Peak and Range as well. Staffy put the Quintonator under pressure, and of course Staffy himself has been put under pressure by Wires. And Raptor did pass RoboJeep. Raptor now into P3. Looks like Raptor is actually making an effort to get away from RoboJeep. Just try not to let him now get the DRS, but he's not going to manage. As we approach the detection zone, that gap was less than a second, so RoboJeep will have the DRS. Here we go, confirmation of that. But even with that DRS open, the Ferrari still managed to pull away from him. Can he do something about it in this section? And the gap still stays around about the second margin. Well, finally 80 managed to join, but unfortunately it will be too late. Too late for the F1 race, but if he hang around he can still do the F2 race and try to salvage some points here. Of course, Gav Peak will appreciate that. That's his teammate. Wires now with a 3-second time penalty. Of course, that will also come into play, those penalties. Another yellow flag. But it seems that it was only for a short bit. Risky Racer with a 3-second time penalty. Can be that he's also just pushing now hard on those harder tyres. Judge looks like he had another moment. Yellow flag out, and looks like it was for the judge. Judge having another moment, just too early on the accelerator there. That will give not Fernando a bit of a buffer, but Suni will be under pressure by Risky Racer. Robo Jeep staying with Raptor, of course. Suni will have Mato on the back of him. Phoenix now with a time penalty. Gaffby trying to stay with Ranger, but that gap is increasing, not as much at a time, but it is on the increase. Matt to Gaffbeek now in the pits. Gaffbeek going for the mediums. Raptor the other guy on the soft tyres. So the medium tyres now coming into play here. Of course, these guys all with the medium tyres running longer. Robo Jeep now seriously putting Raptor under pressure with Matt right on his back end. One would say that if Robo Jeep managed to get past Raptor, he might just pull Matta through. Raptor still holding his own, but of course now it's all another DRS zone coming up. Back straight, lots of speed here. DRS wide open for both Matta and Robo Jeep. Robo Jeep gonna have a look on the inside. Seems like they touched, but Raptors and Inouye coming into the pits. Time to change the rubber. Robo Jeep will feel that presence of Matt there. Rangers Revit now 5.9 seconds ahead. Robo Jeep with a 3-second time penalty, not helping his cause. Staffy still chasing down Quintonator. Ooh, another Arson Judge having another big moment. Judge not having the best of races tonight. And if you look at it, his teammates also not in any great position at the moment. Why so yet another 3-second time penalty. And Judge calling it quits. Right, Judge retired. So we have our second retirement. We're down to 15 runners. Risky racer, 3-second time penalty. Okay, and Springbok Gamer now with a wing replacement. Again, no, I don't think not Fernando will get past him this time round. 30 odd seconds is still a big gap, even with a nose change. Carterboy 45 actually in the points with Wise behind, but of course Wise have stopped. Raptor in 7th, actually behind Gaffbeek. So Gaffbeek managed to stay in front of Raptor after that round of pit stops, and Springbok Gamer with a time penalty now, 3 seconds as well. And Carterboy actually with a huge moment there as well. Carterboy 45, but spin there which will promote Wise back to 10th. Gaffbeek with his 3-second time penalty. This can also be that the guys are pushing a little too hard now, trying to make up time that they might have lost, of course, after pit stops, etc. And then they basically just coming too hot over those corners, and which of course several corners, several warnings, which results in those time penalties. Here we go, Judge leaving the session, not sure if he's going to hang around. Ooh, and that Renault really looks a handful. Nicely done there by Carterboy 45, bringing it back, or just making sure he's not losing it completely. Of course, Carterboy 55 will have him in range, will have him in his sight, so should not be too long when these two might actually race each other. It's a bit dangerous. Of course, both of them, although they're in different cars at the moment, they're racing for the same team, and last thing you want is take out your teammate. Phoenix now chasing down wires. Gaffbeek Quintonator, so that's pretty much the two battles at the moment, and Raptor actually on the back of Staffy. Ooh, this is something that we can have to keep an eye on. No love lost between these two. Phoenix now with a 10-second time penalty, and Ranger going to go, Raptor goes on the outside. Staff really try to cut him off here, but it's not going to happen, and actually well done to both of them. I know there's no love lost here, but you know what, both of them big enough to allow each other the space that each needed there to get through that corner, because they pretty much they arrived both at the same time, and pretty much the first part of that corner where they were side by side, so well done to both of them to man up and allow each other the space. Raptor now will be chasing down Quintonator, who got passed by Gaffbeek. Quintonator currently in DRS, but it's not going to help much as Gaffbeek is on the better tyres, of course much newer. Just stopped for 5 laps, where Quintonator is on it already since the start of the race. Ranger Trevette also in the meantime pitted, he's on his mediums now. If he can get back in the pace, it's going to be tough time for Matter, who's now ahead of Robojeep and Robojeep. Of course, not enough time to come out, do a stop and then clear him. So for the next round, once the two cars in front, Robojeep and Matt stopped, ultimately Ranger should be back in the lead. Risky Racer with yet another time penalty. And at the moment running right at the back. Wise in the pit, so is Carterboy 45, that will promote Springbok Gamer to 11th. Of course he did make a stop already, we also had that wing change 3 laps ago. Robojeep now is done. Raptor is also just in there. This is going to get interesting very soon. Both Mercedes there, of course Quintonator is on the older tyres. Matt just came out of a pit. But then, of course Raptor want to stay there pretty much, make sure that Matt don't get away from him. Because Quintonator not really in this fight, he's out of sync here with him, and Rescue Racer now finished DNF for him. Matt now going on the inside of his teammate, manages to pass him. Was having to go a little bit wide there to make sure he misses the Merc. Obviously he's on all the tyres there. Surely Force will have DRS, yes, there we go, rear wing opening up. Was going to have Raptor now lining up that Merc. Will have enough space to drive on the inside, they fought for better of it. Carterboy with the second time penalty now, and Ranger Trevette actually pushed the last fastest lap, but he's running in front already, 4.1 seconds ahead of Gav. And Raptor goes on the inside of Quintonator, and he does make it stick. Raptor now back into fourth. Will chase after Matt in the other Merc. Seems like Quintonator is going to try for a one stop per year. Time just at the moment pretty much hanging around the 2-second mark. A little bit up and a little bit down, so we'll see if Raptor can really make up some time there to catch Matt. And I must say now the time penalty is flying thick and fast. Raptor dropping back, Matt is really on the move, but not making inroads on Gav. Of course only 9 laps remaining after this one. No, Raptor definitely not making inroads there on Matt. Matt now, yeah, Matt actually making some time up on Gav. Watching that time between Gav and Ranger rather, and there actually Ranger is pulling away. Can Gav keep Matt behind him? Because it seems like Matt and Ranger both are the two guys on the move. Quintonator also did his stop, and looking on his choice of tyres, that's definitely going to be just a one stop. I see Phoenix also decided to go on the hard tyres. 14 runners still remaining. But Carterboy 55 currently running in 9th place, and Carterboy 45 down in 13th. Why is the guy in 10th at the moment, but taking the last point position? And Matt actually looked like Matt made a mistake there. Ran wide, not sure if that was a real mistake or if it was just a bit of lag there. But it seems like he did touch the wall there. Not that he did much to him because he's right there with Gav Peak. Springbok Gamer also with a time penalty, 3 seconds. Matt is closing versus Lily. Closing. Of course, it's one thing catching up with a guy, it's another passing them. So we'll see how this one turns out. If Gav Peak is going to be able to fend off Matt, can he make him? Can he give him a hard time? That's also we'll wait to see. No real battles elsewhere at the moment, so we can stay here a bit longer. Matt actually got a much better drive out of that corner takes the inside, and he actually also will have DRS, and which means he makes the pass stick, goes on the inside, and now Gav down to third. Matt now obviously will try to push after Ranger, while Quinton gets another 3-second penalty. Matt 8.4 seconds behind Ranger. Can Ranger keep it up, just keep that gap steady and bring the car back? Of course, he's searching for his first win. Matt already have a win here, of course defending champion as well. Wise now with a 3-second time penalty again. Gaffney trying to keep up there with Matter. Raptor looking really comfortable. It's up to speed, not unfortunately where he wants to be, right up there with the boys in first and second, but pretty much on the ball, decent pace. And that Ferrari actually looks set up properly for a change. Of course, Raptor is not the Ferrari driver, he's just standing in for the Ferrari guys tonight and doing a splendid job of it. So of course Wyatt's got the last points paying position, also in a Ferrari. Of course, some time penalties between him and Springbok Gamer, that can cost him that points position, because it's quite close between them. So we'll have to wait to see how that turns out. Or perhaps he can actually gain more positions to make up for that. And another yellow flag out. And Phoenix retired, Phoenix is out. So that promotes not Fernando then ultimately to 13th place. Springbok Gamer just outside the points as well as Carter Boy. Of course, more retirements means more possibilities for points. For those, of course, who are still in the race. Seeing that McLaren there of Phoenix pulling off. Quinton Hayter now the only car on hard tyres remaining, with everyone else around him on mediums. Matt not making real inroads there on Ranger, but he's pulling away comfortably from Raptor. Point is only 5 seconds behind Rob. Oh, and not Fernando retires. Not Fernando, unfortunately, not the best of luck. That's now several races in a row where he actually retired. Another big DNF. Not a good stint for the boys from Toro Rosso. Of course, Springbok Gamer would be hoping to get into that points. Of course, still several laps remaining. Sorry, I have to correct myself. I actually said earlier only that many laps. It's actually a bit longer. There's still 14 laps remaining after this one. Not the usual. I was actually focusing on the laps like the previous races, but it's not. Of course, this is Canada, shorter track, much more laps. Hence, of course, even with 50% race distance, the laps are actually a lot to go. So 14 to go after this. We've got 12 runners remaining. Yeah, so a lot can still happen actually. So there's possibilities there for Springbok Gamer to get into the point. Gaffney also pitted again. Can he actually make it to the end on this? It's possible. Only 3. Some guys already did that, as it is Boinkies is currently on 13 laps of that. Carter Boy 11, Springbok Gamer 11 laps, so possible that Gaffney might be finishing the race on this set of tyres. Of course, Quinton Hayter will finish. Going to do this on the hard tyres, of course. Raptor now in the pits. Well, if all goes well, that will also be his last stop. Gaffney and Raptor now right with each other. Gaffbeek stopped the previous lap. Raptor now coming out of the pits. Can he actually get onto the pace immediately to stay with Gaffbeek? Ultimately, Gaffbeek might be able to pull him through once everybody pitted. We will see how this works out. And Wise with another 3-second penalty. Surely Raptor might have DRS there. Yes, he does. Can he use it? Closing up on that racing point. You have a brakes, but no, not too far back. But of course, another DRS zone. Can he make this one count? Gain some place? No, he's not getting close enough to Gaffbeek. Gaffbeek just fending him off. Matt had to take some time out of our race leader here. After falling back, looks like Gavin did enough to stay in front. Of course, Raptor is ultimately on the better rubber, fresher tyres. Of course, that can come into play as well as this race go further. I'll RT Matter now the fastest at 112.0. I have to push like crazy because he's trying to catch up with Ranger Trevette. Initially, of course, there wasn't much between them. That gap stayed the same, but now for the last couple of laps, Matter did starting to get closer and closer to Ranger, and at this rate, they will be soon with each other. Of course, I believe both of them will also have to stop again. While looking at mediums and the laptop, they will definitely have to stop again. Boyk is now also in the pit, which will surely be his last pit stop. Gaffbeek with another 3-second time penalty. Primo Gamer now just chasing down Scarter Boy 55. If he can get past him, that will be points. Steffi Shaw still holding in there, currently in 7th place. I had a couple of battles there with Continental earlier, of course, different story. Doesn't mean it's going to happen again, and it's going to be easier to pass. So yeah, Raptor managed to bring the gap within DRS range again. He definitely will fancy his chances at the peak. Carter Boy 45 with a 3-second time penalty now. That gap between the two of them just hovering here at the second, below a second. Just not close enough at the right point in time. He was within a second, but of course he was in with DRS, but no DRS this time round. Matt now managed to bring the gap down to under 5 seconds. Springbok game with another time penalty. Yellow card, Carter Boyd going very slow. Of course, 45. Now he's starting to pick up speed again. Coasting Carvey of, not Fernando, who retired earlier. Well, at least it looked like it, but actually, no, it's actually Springbok Gamer. For a moment that car also looks like see-through. Again, from that angle it looks like it's a ghost car, but actually it's not ghosting, that is indeed Springbok Gamer. Just a bit of a connection, playing some tricks here. Springbok Gamer, can he make it count? Of course he's got Ranger in front of him, who would have passed him a few laps ago. Boinky's actually now trying to have a look at Coordinator. Raptor still busy with Gaffbeak. That's your two battles for now. Raptor now with a 3-second time penalty. Boinky's still there, yeah. Coordinator not making it easier. Even if it's a huge tire difference at the moment. Yellow flag, not sure where. Springbok Gamer, actually, there we go, there's your answer. Springbok Gamer also retired, and yet again. And Ranger Trevette goes fast as 111.3. Of course, Ranger Trevette and Matt both are actually on fresher rubber. They both decided to go for the softs. Matt with a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, Springbok Gamer retired, which means it's a double retirement for Toro Rosso yet again. Both Carter boys now up to 10 and 11 respectively, one within the points, one still to get in the points. But still some distance behind the other. Coordinator and Boinky is actually going to go on the outside. Of course he's on the faster side, he should be able to make it stick. Staff here, but some distance away, 17 seconds behind him. Raptor again on the back of that Racing Point. Can Raptor do something about this time round? Matt now go fastest lap. Won't be surprised if the two in front actually going to swap fastest laps now. Raptor still pretty much there with Gaffbeak. Coordinator and Staffy, looks like it might be a bit of a battle. No, sorry, Coordinator and Boinkies. Staffy is another 16 seconds behind. course, it's all about having patience, doing the right move at the right time, sizing up your opponent, studying their moves. Ranger Vet now with a 3-second time penalty. And Raptor getting ever so closer to Gavbik. Gonna try to have a look on the outside. And actually he's done enough, plenty, that's it. And Raptor is into third. Another 4 laps to go after this. A couple of guys look good on the time trial with the times they set, but unfortunately the race were a bit of an enemy. Gavbik trying to keep Raptor under pressure there. Gavbik surely will have DRS first time round. Yep, wide open. Can he use it? That's the other question. For now, the answer is no. Gavbik still staying there with Raptor, not really wanting to get away. Jeep now starting lap 34. Of course, Ranger Vet already on it, 4.3 seconds, only behind, ahead of Raptor. Looks like Robo started, yeah, he's actually did started on another lap. And it's actually, yeah, 200. Trying to see except for that Gavbik Raptor battle, which has been ongoing for a couple of laps and which will be pretty much till the end of the race. That's pretty much the closest battle. Of course, Matt did gain some time there on Ranger, but it seems this is going to be a little too late. 3.4, 3.5, that surely should be enough as we are started the final lap. Gavpik trying to keep in range here with Raptor. We'll have DRS once again. Can he do something about it this time round? Because Robojeep 4.8 seconds with Boinkies 9 seconds behind him even. So no other real battles happening at the moment. Ooh, looks like Gavpik actually did hit the wall of champions there. But no damage to that car, so it looks like he's all good. Now really right on the end of that Ferrari. So you're going to do something about it this time. No, there is definitely some damage on that car. End plate is gone. Boinkies with a time penalty, Matto with a time penalty. As we have another yellow flag there. Of course, even if it's just the end plate, it's still enough to hamper your downforce. Of course, just a reminder to all of you, just after this race, there's going to be a bit of a pause. All it is just for us to quickly change the F1 cars over to the F2 cars, instead of just, stop the stream, starting a new one, etc, etc. Just keeping the same lobby alive and just finishing the cars from F1 to F2. So all will happen just while there's a bit of pause. So with that said, Matt actually brought the car back, but that's surely just because of time penalties. 2.4 seconds, Matt actually shows us a race winner with Ranger Trevetta second. Looks like Matt did actually had the least amount of time penalties between the two, which is only explanation for that. Raptor comes in third, well raced after being out for a while. Coming back, first race back, take third place. Robojeep takes fourth, Boinkies promoted to fifth. Continental 6, Gavin's down all the way to 7 thanks to all those time penalties. As I said earlier, the time penalties can change a lot of things. Staffy will have 8, Carter Boy 55, of course right behind him. Now I agree with Nessie, great return from him, well done. Mr. 13 volt. Right, there's your podium finishers. Of course, just confirmation, Matt is definitely there in first place. Ranger takes second with Raptor in third. As I said early in the race, those time penalties we're going to have to keep an eye on it, and exactly as always, it turned out to be the real game changer. Nismax, if you look at where he was to where he finished, moerse klomp penalties. Right, just confirmation of your final standings. Matt there in first place, Ranger took second in the end, and Raptor Raptor in third, I mean, sorry. Just want to try to get to those penalties quickly. Yeah, there's confirmation, Ranger 11 seconds with Matt only 6, so 5 seconds difference. And if you look at the gap a lap or so pretty much before finish, that's where it was, so that's where it all changed, those time penalties. Robojeep, of course, get 4th with Boinkies 5th, Quinternator 6th, Gav drop all the way to 7th. There's your answer, Nismax, 21 seconds. That's how much penalties it took for Gav to drop down. Right, there's just going to be a bit of a pause here, so we will resume shortly, so just bear with us. Right, and we are back. Of course, as you can see, F2 time. Just waiting for the drivers to get ready. Of course, just a reminder, this is reverse grid. So pretty much the finishing positions in the F1 race determines the starting grid for this race. This is a sprint race, so it's a much shorter race. Of course, we'll have another formation lap here as well. So as you can see, only 10 laps. And only 15 runners. Ooh, why is getting out of shape for formation lap? Only 15 runners, yes. 80 managed to join. Just trying to figure out who we lost. Ranger Trevette is there, so we got Boinkies there. Both Carter boys, yeah, both Carter boys still there. No, Judge is one of the guys we lost, so understandable. I didn't expect Judge to come back after he retired. Looks like the F2 car is going to be a handful here. You're already just looking at the formation lap. Right, just waiting for everybody to line up so we can get this race underway. I think that more stuff is just showing off. Of course, he's the only one who's still out there. Everyone pretty much waiting for him. Come, Steffi, hurry up. Always want to make a grand entrance when he needs to be noticed. There we go, she just coming around for that final corner. Just waiting for Mr. Staffy to take his position so we can get this underway. Right. Watch for the lights. We will have 5 lights again. Lights out and let's go, let's go, let's go. Guys, looks like he did a good start. Staffy as well. Staffy jumping Carter Boy there. Continental putting Carter Boy under pressure there as well. Wise keeping his front position. Staffy staying behind him. Carter Boy Continental, we already got a yellow flag. Gaff Peak looks like he's going to be one of the guys again losing positions here in the opening stages of the F2 race. So is RoboJeep. Not sure they might have come together, but both of them also lost a lot of places in the previous races F2 version. Boinkies and Ranger Trevette, both alpha men, both just keeping Quintanator honest at the moment. Not Fernando up to 9th. Still yellow flag out, but I think that's more like pretty much a new incident. Here we go, another yellow flag. Rescue Racer actually looks like he's in trouble there. Boinkies making a move here, Ranger Trevette. Rescue Racer losing, and we got 80 there. Yeah, 80 spun. Because as I say, these F2 cars is a handful. Especially if you come from an F1 race and now to all of a sudden get used to this car in mere seconds. For now, why is the fastest? Of course, he is the leading man, which explains why he is fastest on the opening lap. Meantime, Carter Boy having Carter Boy managed to avoid that. We had Rescue Racer spinning there. 2-second penalty of a collision with Springbok Gamer. Looks like Springbok Gamer might have come away without any damage. The front wing pretty much looks intact. 80 now with a 2-second time penalty. Oh, and Rescue Racer again I think this pretty much Risky Racer's race, but it looks like he also jeopardized Springbok Gamer there. From that angle, that pretty much looked like that pretty much looked malicious. I might be wrong, I caught the back end of it, but that looked like it was a bit malicious. It's like he really aimed for the barrier, not in a motor race. I mean, then you might as well just say retire, and very nearly took Springbok Gamer out in the process. And time penalties keep flying as we on lap 3 out of 10. Gafbeek goes fastest, Tolwayes briefly, but Gafbeek actually took it from him. Gafbeek, of course, having to recover again. He's so used to this by now. We could coordinate trying to catch Wires. Matter now with the 2-second time penalty. Matter sitting in 9th place at the moment. Ooh, and there's another spin. Of course, these cars are a handful, just too much, and yeah, that's Raptor. Just too much gas coming out of that corner. Massive damage to that front wing. He will have to put. 80 looks like having another moment, and yeah, and he collided there with Springbok Gamer. There might be a couple of penalties coming here. Looks like 80 made contact there with Springbok Gamer. Carter Boy 45 2-second time penalty. Oh, not Fernando. Looks like he's going to spin me. No, actually not. Not Fernando actually made positions. It's not him. It was Carter Boy, in fact. I've been down to 9th as Carter Boy 45 now. Ahead of him. Not Fernando, busy with a recovery drive here. Currently sitting in 6th place. Chasing down Boinkies, who's also pretty much on the back of Staffy. Meantime, Ranger Trevette will have a look there at Quinton Nathan in 2nd place. Of course, he can get past here, he will definitely be chasing after Wires. Looks like we lost Raptor as well. Quinton Nathan under severe pressure here from Ranger now. There is wide open. Thinking about it, but thought the better of it. Now just confirmation of Raptor's retirement. Oh, and Ranger too much petrol. That's actually sent him in a spin, which ultimately results in him falling down. Staffy gets promoted to 3rd. Boinkies 4th and Fernando now in 5th. Matt, of course, will be at the back of Not Fernando. Fernando and Boinkies fighting here. Oh, and looks like there was a bit of attack. There was Staffy. Staffy came across into them. Staffy, Boinkies, and of course the bigger winner there will be Matter. Gafbeek gained some position there as well. Cannot Fernando make a move on both of these two? He's going to dive on the inside. Can he keep it? Yes, he did. He did manage to get past Carter Boy 55. Of course, now you'll try to have a look at Staffy. Staffy obviously will also try his utmost. Not that I was thinking about it, but last moment this side a bit of it. Not Fernando still within the RS range here from Staffy. Staffy same with Matt. Pretty much everyone in front of Staff actually have decent time, so we won't see any very soon for them. Not Fernando going on the inside of Staffy. Can he make it stick? From that angle he did. Yes, definitely. Not Fernando at the moment staying in front. Can he keep it clean this lap, especially those corners that just costed him? Gap pick with yet another 2-second time penalty. This can only be corner cutting. Ooh, an AD with another 2-second time penalty as well. Okay, no real battle elsewhere. Carter Boy looks like he's staying in touch here with Staff. Of course, Staff is trying to get back, if not Fernando. Ooh, and Staff actually just too much petrol there. Ended up in the barriers. Luckily not for Wall of Champions, but pretty much the same result. We'll have to make up some serious time now with only 2 laps after this one remaining. Surely that should be a pit stop here for Staff. Gavbik now back in 4th. Can he keep it there this time and bring it back in that position? Of course, in front we still got Wires with Quintonator, Boinkies and Gavbik then in 4th. We didn't see much of Matt here. Matt still in 6th. And speaking of which, goes fast as 122. For second last lap for him. Ooh, Gavbik disqualified. Multiple penalties, that's it. End of the race for Gavbik. Been pushing those corner cuttings or whatever else he's been doing just too far. Ranger now 121.6, of course, as Wires pretty much the lone Ranger at the moment, 9.7 seconds down, will come and start the first lap. Oh, sorry, last lap. Quintonator falling further and further and further back. Gap is now pretty much 10 seconds. Boinkies keeping it close to Quintonator, 2.6 seconds at the moment. Meantime, Carterboy right on the back of Staffy. Might have, no, that's still the same Carterboy and Staffy. Right, here we go. Confirmation of Wise taking the F2 race. Well done, Wise. Quintonator will come back in second. Will Boinkies in third. Matt fourth. Carterboy. No, Carterboy 45 has started getting some good points. Just waiting for everybody to finish. Gavpick, of course, now leaving the session. He's not going to make any inroads on this result. Pretty much Wires to Ranger Trevette will get points here. Just waiting for AD and RoboJeep to finish. Of course, there's Mick Schumacher's car. Not that the car counts, it's all about the points for that F1 Championship ultimately. This is just the bonus points that you can add to that. Just confirmation of your pre-podium winners. Wires, of course, on the top step there. Very happy, I believe. Of course, Quintonator chase, but yeah, Wires just wasn't in the mood to give that up. Just confirmation there to see where everybody finished. Of course, Wires, Quintonator and Boinkies taking third. Matt 4th, Carterboy 45 in 5th, Not Fernando 6, Carterboy 55 and 7th. So again, points for Carterboy 55 and 45 gets his first points. Staffy 8th, Springboard Gamer 9th and Ranger Trevette finishes your top team. Of course, there was RoboJeep 8077, of course, Raptor, Risky and Gavpick out of the race. Fastest lap in F2 belongs to Ranger Trevette. With that, thank you so much for watching. Till from here, of course, lots of things to do for some people, lots of practice, patience to be tested. I'm not sure if it's a bit of mishap or just a bit of patience. Whichever way, we will be back next week, same time, same place. Till then, if you travel safe. If you drive safe. Don't drive like an idiot. Of course, always take everyone else around you in consideration as well. Stay safe. Cheerio.